Day before a test match, I was like a kid at Christmas. Do you still get that sense of enthusiasm ahead of the start of a series like this?
Yeah, 100%. I think when you don't have that emotion and that excitement, then I don't know, might be a time to pack it in. But no, I think it's the last time we were together out there on the field in a competitive environment was the Ashes. So it's been a long time for us as well, and I know everyone's very excited to get going tomorrow.
5 test series as well brings all of its own challenges.
Mm-hmm. It does, and especially out in India. India is an incredibly hard place to come and win one game, let alone a series, especially that's 5 matches long. We know that, we respect that, and we understand how big a force India is in their home conditions, but we see that as an opportunity to come out here and do something great. It's been a long time since England and any team has come out here and managed to walk away with a victory, so we sense that as an opportunity for this team to do some special things again.
How important are 5 test series, do you think, or with the way the calendar's going, is it going to be a dying breed? I mean, I discovered yesterday this is India's first home 5 test series since England played them in 2016. I mean, it just doesn't happen anymore.
I think the best way to answer that for me is that if a test series should either be 3 or 5. If there's a result in every game in a series, then there should be a winner. 2-match series, you could have 2 teams, one team wins one, the other wins the next, and you draw, and you're both desperate to have one more. So I think, if you look at the way that series are structured, if there's a result in every game, then you want there to be a winner and not a drawn series.
There was a lot of talk about your preparation. A certain lummox from the northeast of England made a lot of comments about it. You're here. I take it you are where you need to be to go into this series.
Yeah, we are. Look, me and Stephen, we're great friends, and I know he's came out and said that we had a chat on the phone, and we did. It wasn't an argument or anything like that. It was just two people who have a relationship outside of the media, just sort of chatting through things. And look, we've had an unbelievable prep up in Abu Dhabi. We got exactly what we wanted out of it, and we're 3rd day training here before we start, and it's a 5-match test series. It's going to be a long one. It's very tiring on the body, and what you don't want to be doing is overcooking ourselves as a group because of how much training or how much prep we've got into it. It's about the time of preparation that you have is making sure that is worthwhile and the intensity is where you need it to be, because what we don't want is get into the back half of the series and lads being tired.
You guys always talk about controlling the controllables. Of course, what you've not been able to control is the stuff around the human side of the game. And obviously, Harry's had to go home, and now Bash has had to go home to hopefully sort his visa out. How do you deal with that as a squad?
Yeah, look, it's obviously an unfortunate situation that both sides, obviously with Harry having to leave us and Virat missing the first 2 games. And, when it comes to personal issues like that, cricket, should never, and I hope never, trumps that. I think some people outside of it think because of what this game has given us, the opportunities that it's allowed us to go and do what we do, sometimes you may think, I need to do this because of that. But family, personal, all that kind of stuff trumps anything else. So, we obviously send all our wishes to Brookie, all our wishes to Virat. And obviously with the Bash situation, again, it's frustrating as a captain, but he's had I know the lads have got around him. We managed to keep one of our travel crew back with him. I know he's back in London now, so hopefully we're going to be seeing him over here on the weekend.
How are you, more importantly? Because obviously you've had an operation since we last saw you. How is it all?
Yeah, it's gone well. It was good to get out here on grass. Obviously back home in the freezing cold weather in the northeast, you're pretty limited to what you can go do outside. But since we got to Abu Dhabi, sort of hit the floor running, put myself through my paces because, it was all just about testing the water to see how much I could do without sort of any discomfort, but then also seeing how I had to pull up the next day because, 5 days of test cricket, you've got to back those days up. So I put myself through pretty intense workouts in Abu Dhabi because what I didn't want to do is leave any decision about me not playing too late, because obviously that would mean that Popey would have to come in, and I didn't want to throw that responsibility on him last minute. But look, I got through everything that I needed to in Abu Dhabi, got here, and yeah, it's good to go.
Is there any chance we could see you bowl in this series, or is that already no chance?
No, it's the last ball I bowled was in the Ashes against Lords. So yeah, you've got to think about how long that's been, and bowling is incredibly brutal on the body. So I'm going to have a long period of getting back to bowling, because it's not just as simple as have my surgery, I can get back to bowling again. I've got to build myself up. So hopefully by the summer I'll be able to play a full role as I have done for the first, better than I have done the last 2 years.
Recently, you've been in the position to name your team a day before the game. Are you in a position to be able to do something similar to that today?
Yeah, we are going. So we've got Tom Hartley making his debut. We're going with the one-seamer with Mark Wood, the batting lineup. We've got Johnny slotting in at 5, with Brookie unfortunately having to go home. Ben Stokes at 7 with the gloves. So yeah, our spin department is Leach, Rayan, Tom, Ruti, obviously, and yeah, we've gone with the one-seamer and Mark Wood.
Exciting team.
Yeah, it is, and it's again, it's about looking at the pitch out here and seeing how it changes over the couple of days before the game starts, and going, right, what do we think is going to give us the best opportunity to win the game? There's always that thing: do we play one-seamer or two-seamers? But personally, I think we will get more out of our third spinner than we would do out of playing that extra seamer, especially if the game goes deeper and deeper.
Just finally, I know you can do what you like with stats. India have lost 3 of their last 45 home test matches. Does a stat like that excite you to go out and prove that actually they're not infallible? Or how do you approach a series knowing that a side are so dominant in their own conditions?
Well, I think just respecting it and knowing how hard it is. But we focus on ourselves more than what we focus on the opposition. But as I said, I know how hard India is to play out here, how hard they are to beat. But look, it's an opportunity for us to go out and do something special, and that's how we're looking at it.